Welcome to the Creative Hagja. In this tutorial, we will create a plant face portrait effect in Affinity Photo. I got the idea to create this effect after watching a YouTube video by Let's Get To It, who also created this effect in Photoshop. You can find a link to his video in the descriptions below. First, go to File, Open, and select the picture of the girl. Second, grab the Selection Brush tool from the Tools panel. In the Context toolbar, set the Mode to Add and make sure the Snap to Edges box is checked. Take the brush and make a selection of the girl. To increase the brush size, press the right bracket key. Press the left bracket key to decrease the size of the brush. In the Context toolbar, switch to the Subtract mode to get the area between her fingers and the space between the neck area so that they're not a part of the selection. Once you've selected the woman, go to the Context toolbar and select Refine. Set the output to New Layer, then click Apply. With the new layer selected, press Ctrl and C to copy it. Then go to File, New. Go to Web and select Full HD 1080p. Click Create. Press Ctrl and V to paste the woman onto the new document. Go to the Transform panel and turn on the Lock Aspect Ratio. Then resize the woman. Next, grab the Flood Fill tool from the Tools panel. Take the tool and click on the document. A new pixel layer will be created in the Layers panel. Drag the new layer beneath the girl. Now, grab the Gradient tool from the Tools panel. Drag the Gradient tool from the top to the bottom. Select the bottom color stop. Then, double-click the color in the Swatches panel to bring up the color chooser. Set the color to 09CA73 in the hex code area. After that, select the top color stop and set it to the following hex code, DD7C10. Now, go to the Context toolbar and set the type to Radial and click on Reverse Gradient so that the green color is at the top. In the Layers panel, select the layer of the girl. Press Ctrl and J to duplicate it. Name the duplicated layer Split Face. With the duplicated layer selected, grab the Pen tool from the Tools panel. Take the Pen tool and place a point at the top of the girl's head in the center. Then add more points along the girl's face to make a selection of half of her face. In the Swatches panel, turn the Fill color off. Press and hold the Control key to switch between the Pen tool and the Node tool if you need to make adjustments to the nodes. Once you've selected half of the girl's face, go to the Context toolbar and click Selection. Next, grab the Move tool. Hold Shift and drag the selection of the face diagonally down. Press Ctrl and J to duplicate the selection onto a new layer. Then press Ctrl and D to deselect the selection. Grab the Selection Brush tool from the Tools panel. Take the brush and select the whole area of the girl's face. Make sure you're on the Add mode and that Snap to Edges is checked in the Context toolbar. After you've made the selection, go to the Edit menu and select Fill with Secondary Color. The selection should be filled with black. Go to the Swatches panel and double-click on the black color to bring up the color chooser. Enter the following hex code, A27259. Then go back to the Edit menu and select Fill with Secondary Color so that the selection can be filled with the new color. With the selection still active, press Ctrl and J to put the selection onto a new layer. Label this layer Filled Face in the Layers panel. After that, press Ctrl and D to deselect the selection. In the Layers panel, select the Filled Face layer. Then click the FX Layers Effect icon. Check the outer shadow. Set the blend mode to multiply, opacity to 50%, radius to 10 pixels, offset to 0.5 pixels, intensity to 50%. After that, go to color and set it to the following hex code, 684939. Set the angle to 135 degrees. Then check Bevel and Emboss. Set the type to Enter, radius to 5 pixels, soften to 3 pixels, azimuth to negative 108.4 degrees, and elevation to 65.5 degrees. After that, go to highlight, set the blend mode to screen, and set the color to 684939. Now select the split face layer, the one with just the face, in the layers panel. Click the FX icon in the layers panel. Select the outer shadow. Set the blend mode to normal, opacity to 60%, radius to 15 pixels, offset to 1 pixel, intensity to 40%, and the angle to 45 degrees. After that, select Inner Glow. Set the blend mode to screen, opacity to 50%, radius to 5 pixels, and intensity to 10%. Now go to File, Open, and select the yellow reddish flower picture with the stem. It'll open in a new tab. Next, grab the Selection Brush tool from the Tools panel. In the Context toolbar, set the Mode to Add and check the Snap to Edges box. Take the brush and make a selection of the flower. After selecting the flower, press Ctrl and C to copy the selection. Then go back to the document and press Ctrl and V to paste the flower. In the Layers panel, label the flower layer Flower 1. Rename the split face layer with the effects Split Face S&G for shadow and glow effects. Then drag the layer to the top of everything. After that, place the flower layer between the split face S&G layer and the filled face layer. Resize the flower image. Rotate the flower to negative 30 degrees. With the Flower 1 layer still selected, click the Mask Layer icon in the Layers panel to add a mask layer to this layer. Now press Ctrl and click the thumbnail of the filled face layer to reactivate its selection. Then press Ctrl, Shift, and I to invert the selection. After that, click on the mask layer we added in the Layers panel. Then grab the Paintbrush tool from the Tools panel. In the Swatches panel, make sure you're on the black color. Take the brush and go over the part of the flower that's protruding out of the head. We want to mask this so that the flower looks like it's actually coming out of the girl's head. Then press Ctrl and D to deselect the selection. Go to File, Open, and select the other flower image. Grab the Selection Brush tool from the Tools panel. Take the brush and select the flower. Once you've made the selection of the flower, press Ctrl and C to copy the flower. Then paste the flower onto the other document. In the Layers panel, label this layer Flower 2. Next, drag the layer beneath the Split Face S&G layer. Then resize the flower. Click the Mask Layer icon to add a mask to the Flower 2 layer. Press Ctrl and select the thumbnail of the filled face layer. Now press Ctrl, Shift, and I to invert the selection. Click the mask layer on Flower 2, then grab the Paintbrush tool from the Tools panel. Take the brush and mask the protruding part of the flower. With the Flower 2 layer selected, go to the Adjustments icon and select the Brightness and Contrast adjustment. Drag this layer into the Flower 2 layer. Then set the brightness to negative 20%. Next, select the Flower 1 layer. Press Ctrl and J to duplicate it. Remove the mask layer from the duplicated Flower 1 layer. Place the duplicated flower in the open space at the bottom of the girl's face. Rotate the flower to 153 degrees. In the Layers panel, drag the duplicated flower layer above the Flower 2 layer. After that, click the Mask Layer icon to add a mask to the duplicated Flower 1 layer. Press Ctrl and select the thumbnail of the filled face layer. Then press Ctrl, Shift, and I to invert the selection. Grab the Paintbrush tool. Take the tool and remove parts of the flower that are protruding past the face. Make sure you have the mask layer selected. Next, go to File, Open, and select the picture of the blackish butterfly. It'll open in a new tab. Grab the Selection Brush tool from the Tools panel. Make sure you're on the Add mode and that Snap to Edges is checked. Then, take the brush and select the butterfly. After you select the butterfly, press Ctrl and C to copy the butterfly. Then, press Ctrl and V to paste the butterfly onto the other document. In the Layers panel, label this layer Butterfly 1. Place this layer beneath the Split Face S&G layer. Then, resize the butterfly and place it at the top part of the girl's head. Now, go to File, Open, and select the second butterfly picture. Go to the Tools panel and click the Selection Brush tool. Take the brush and select the butterfly with its wings open in the foreground. Then press Ctrl and C to copy the butterfly and press Ctrl and V to paste it onto the other document. In the Layers panel, label this layer Butterfly 2. Resize the butterfly, making it smaller than the first butterfly, and place it above the girl's head to the left. Now let's add some text to this. I'm going to add a quote. You can find a link to this quote and others in the description, or you can add whatever text or quote you like. Grab the Frame Text tool from the Tools panel. Then type your text. After that, go to the Swatches panel and set the color of the text to white, and increase the size of the font in the Context toolbar. After that, go to the Font family and choose your font. The font I chose is Bodoni MT Italic, which you can find a link to this font in the description below. And this is how you create a plant face portrait effect in Affinity Photo. If you've enjoyed watching this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Also, hit the bell icon to turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload. Thank you for watching.